Hello everybody, Wispa's back. I'm just gonna have I've just made myself a lovely cup of tea. Nice cup of Earl Grey. Lovely and hot. We're gonna do a little bit more running around in Lord of the Rings Online. I'm using a slightly different streaming software this morning. Hopefully, so you should get some better performance and some better visual quality and less of the lag and less of that jumpiness that we find in the game. So we're going to see how that works. I have gone through the whole setup process. I've spent a good few hours just working out all the kinks and all the workings and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully we should be able to do some really cool adventuring. So here we go once again, back into Middle Earth. Where we left off from yesterday, we were back in the Dunland area, doing the bingo quest. I think what we'll do is we'll do a little bit more diversion today, and we'll explore a little bit more of the wonderful world of J.R.R. Tolkien. If anybody's got any questions, feel free to post them in the chat, and I'll do my best to try and answer them. So here we go, guys. Back to Lord of the Rings Online, back to Middle Earth. We've got fall is here. Celebrate with Lotro's Harvest Math Festival, the 11th of October to the 1st of November. That's currently on at the moment. I might drop by there. I might do a little bit of apple bobbing and some pumpkin collecting and various other activities are going on as well. I'll do a little quick run through what you can get. We've also got an awful lot of crafting to do now. Good morning, Lee Nightingales. Good morning there, mate. Hope you're having a wonderful day. What have you got planned for the rest of the day? I hope it's very enjoyable. I'm going to do a little bit more Lord of the Rings Online today. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do. I might do a little bit of an introduction to the festivals. Oh, here we are. We are still in the Dunland area. I'm using a little bit of new software today. I'm using some new streaming software, so you should get some better quality and there should be less of a lag for everything. I'm going to... Afternoon, really. Oh, I got to do and then do some studying. Well, studying always comes in handy. That's all I can say. Always do well at school. A little bit of rolling around here. I'm going to do a little bit of just and see how well it's... Oh, that looks so much smoother. That looks so much smoother. Hope you guys can still see the chat okay. I have to... Oh yes, everybody can still read the chat okay. It seems to fit in quite nice. I might just... Let's see, can I just... Make that a little bigger. There we go. Can I make that a little bigger? There we go. Oh, that's a little too big. Let's... Oh, where's that gone now? Oh, hell spells. I'm still getting used to it. See if I can make it... There, I can make that a little bit bigger for you guys. There we go. How's that? Better software. Better software. I'm using better software, yes. I'm using some new software, which one of our colleagues who we sent out to California to TwitchCon got to speak to some developers out there. Let me just turn that. Let's see if I can turn the... There we go. Just turn that down a little bit. There we go. Got to speak to some developers out there, some streaming experts and professionals that deal with all this kind of stuff and help and answer all of our questions and get set up. And they pointed us in the direction of some new alpha software that they are working on, which is designed to make streaming so much more easier and so much more reliable and give us better and more clearer results in that respect. And there'll be further news about that very, very soon. They do have a partnership scheme running, and we're going through the setup phases, or jumping through the hoops, so to speak, of being able to actually get on board with that program and with that project. As i-gameonline and all of its i-gameonline members will be moving in that direction, so we'll be able to bring you some better streams and some higher quality and for longer periods and things like that. and better performance issues, better performances. So that all sounds really cool stuff. Let's do today's Duty Roulette. The roulette today is, what do we get? Another rejuvenation potion, the same as yesterday. I think I used yesterday's. Did I use yesterday's? I think I did. Let's... Another title awarded. What did I get? I got Danger Defiler. That's because of our engagement with the dragon yesterday. It's nighttime in Dunland. I do love the skies over Dunland. It's not like the same as in Ruhan. There's kind of this whispering cloud, kinda. She will be doing an interview. She will be doing a discussion about what she found at TwitchCon. She will be doing a write-up. A lot of it, she attended an awful lot of the presentations, the keynote speeches. She got to speak to some of the developers. I've got a couple of contacts that they're very interested in working with i-gameonline. I need to make contact with. I need to speak to some people or one-on-one, is like vidcons, voice conference, voice over IP kind of things. I need to do a chat with those guys, and hopefully they'll be able to get on board, and we'll be i-gameonline be get on board with these developers of this new software. Looking forward to it. All in good. It's quite exciting. There is some new developments coming to Twitch and to new streaming, and we did have a kind of a brief shakedown where she got back from California yesterday. But yes, I'm sure she will do a complete write-up, and she'll be posting it on the i-gameonline website, and we'll give you a link to that. I'll be able to put it on my Twitch channel as well, a link to that, a full document that you'll be able to download and get all the gist and all the information from. So we're going to do a little bit, but I love the skies. I love the skies over Erindon. Look at this. I mean, you should be able to see it in much higher detail now. I'm running at 30 frames per second now at 3000 kilobits. This new software is allowing you to stream in 4K. Believe it or not, you can go all the way up to 4K, which makes for the future of streaming is going to be really, really beautiful. It means that we might need to actually invest in some higher graphics card power, but you should be able to see all this. All this beautiness. Look at all this really, really nice now. I can show you all the details, and I can show you Middle Earth in even more splendor. Right, so we're gonna go. I've got. He wants me to go to a small area up here. You should be able to see the map much, much easier now. It doesn't track my mouse pointer, I don't think, on this new one. So I'm going to. Is it? It actually doesn't. It doesn't track my mouse pointer. The new software doesn't track my mouse pointer. That's fascinating. If I hover over something, then yes, it highlights it, but it doesn't track my mouse pointer. I wonder if there's a way to be able to do that. I'll have to look into the settings and have to talk to the guys who write this software. I landed on a potato. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, so I can teleport back here anytime I wish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to warp over to Bree. Let's get over to Bree. I'm going to use the fast travel because I'm a hunter. And let's shoot off over to Bree. And let's see if I can get rid of some stuff. And I'm also going to take you on a quick tour of the festival, so you guys can see how quickly and easily you'll be able to actually get some tokens to maybe take away something from this festival, the Halloween festival, or the Harvest Math festival. And if you are a hunter, if you're playing a hunter, or if you're in the company of a hunter, you can do it really, really quickly. You can get yourself probably around about 10 to 15 tokens inside 10 minutes. It's not that difficult. Let's run in here. Still a little bit of a lag from all the graphics loading in, but it doesn't seem that bad today actually using this new software. It does use a significant less amount of CPU processing, which is always good. I need to dump some stuff in my bank. So where's the bank gone? There's the bank. There we go. Let's jump in there. That's it. There we go. Let's jump in here. Some nice dresses for the ladies there, I can see. Open the vaults, let's have a look. The response time's so much faster as well, I really do like this. I've got me dress, so I'm going to put me dress in there. I've got enough for 8 slots. I haven't tried it on yet, so I'll let you guys see what that's like. I need to keep all these little shieldy things, what do they call them? Tarnished Crests of Rohan. I've got volume 4 of the Middle-earth Volume Compendium, which is always nice. Another one of those things. That's is that tier 2? The tier 2s, I'm not really a big fan of tier 2. Tier 3s and 4s are always a lot better, aren't they? Is there anything else I can throw in here? I don't think I need to throw anything else in here yet. Let's get out of here. Let's do some crafting. But before we do some crafting, what we'll do is we'll take you quickly over to where you can get all your tokens for the festival. So first thing you want to do is hit for Bree. Aim for Bree, and then once you aim for Bree, go to the festive grounds. Take this horse here. There's a horse here. It's got a little symbol above it. Just take it straight away. Take it to the festive grounds, and you're looking for, in the festive grounds, a little bit to the left. Just veer off to the left. I'll show you where it's at. And you're looking for a pumpkin patch. So you just veer off to the left a little bit, just behind these little grove of trees. Go down here, and you'll see just appear that there's a couple of pumpkin patches. Just run over there and then grab a pumpkin. Grab yourself a pumpkin. You got a large pumpkin, that's good. Now once you've got your pumpkin, you can only pick one. It'll tell you there's a cool out, and it'll appear as a little icon just underneath your status bar there. And it says that you got an hour cooldown on being able to use the pumpkin patch again. Go straight to the guys on the stand here, stood next to the pumpkins, and barter items, and exchange that pumpkin for 3 festive tokens. 3 festive tokens. There you go. That's it. That's your first 3 festive tokens you've got. That's amazing. Okay, then you want to take the horse back. So run back to the horse, back to Breetown, get yourself. So that's 3 festive tokens already you've got, and you haven't done anything really. Back to Breetown, take the horse back. Get that, but there you go. That one's done. Brilliant. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do is you want to warp over to first thing, I will go back to Mickle Delving. Go to Mickle Delving, and you want to go to the party tree. Go to the party tree straight away. So you've done that one. That was a quick one. That was an easy one. That was an easy 3 tokens. Remember, in an hour's time, you can come back and get yourself another 3. And before long, you'll have yourself a huge collection of festival tokens. Don't have to be a particular level. Okay, go from Mickle Delving. You want to aim towards the party tree. Just make your way as fast as you can. I'll turn my bus on so I can run a little bit faster for you guys. There we go. Zigzag your way towards the party tree. Nighttime in the Shire. Still hobbits moving around. So the leaves are starting to fall from the trees now. You guys will be able to see that on the actual stream now, which is really, really cool. You should be able to see some of the finer details as well now, which is always a good thing. Let's head over, cut through this farm. Just cut straight through here, over this dry stone wall. There we go. You can hear the crickets in the background just chirping away to themselves. So, step 1, from Bree, go to the festive ground, go to the pumpkin patch, pick yourself a pumpkin, and then exchange it for some festival tokens. I was lucky there. I got 3 festive tokens. You can be a lot more luckier. You could be not so lucky, but you get to do that once every hour. So you can get yourself 3 tokens every hour from Bree. When you've done that, come to Mickle Delving, make your way to the party tree, and when you get to the party tree itself, I'm not going to stop to pick any of these branches up, by the way. You want to make your way towards where the apple bobbin's taken place. I'm making my way over to the river here, just running. There you go. See, I'm making my way to the river. It's a very bright day in the UK today. It's it's cold, it's chilly. I've just been into town. I got myself a new haircut, which I needed desperately for winter. And I picked up a couple of Christmas gifts to put to one side while I was in the town today. Wondering if anybody else has started their Christmas shopping yet, or their seasonal festive givings. Jump in the river, get across to the other side, climb up to the tree. You're looking for the apple cart, the apple bobbin. And then what you do is you bob for an apple. There's some fireworks going off. Beautiful fireworks. That is your location. That's where you want to be. There we go. Oh. Way around the back of here, just past the mushroom hut. And you're looking for, you'll see there's lots of rings. Lots of rings. And if you've got the time, then yes, do as many quests as you can. But if you just want short time, you might be able to just do your daily and get as many tokens as you can. Go the apple bobbin. Get the apple bobbin. Do that. I got a small apple. Exchange it right away with the games master here. Barter items. There we are. Got an extra token. So that's 4 tokens I've got. When you've done that, warp your way over to Thorin's Hall. Hey Muckshifter, how you doing, buddy? You having a good day wherever you are? So we've got 4 tokens up to now, and we've only taken us about 3 minutes. So first step, Bree, get your pumpkin, exchange that, come to Mickle Delving, go to the party tree, get your apple, exchange your apple, go to Thorin's Hall, find somebody who can teleport you straight to Thorin's Hall, go through this side entrance. Don't go through the main entrance, it takes too long. Go through the side entrance. Now, you think you'll automatically come through this door. You haven't. You've actually come through on the side door. So do 180 and go through the door directly behind you. And in a crate on the left-hand side, you should see... Let me just turn that off. A geode, box of geodes. Some gems. Grab yourself a geode and immediately exchange it with the Games Master here as well. Just barter items and get that handed in as well. There we go. That's another token. That's brilliant. That's... five tokens. That's 5 tokens. Back outside. 5 tokens. Real quickly. The next one, you want to be able to just run. You know, basically what you're doing is you are heading towards Dulland. And in this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teleport back to Mickle Delving. And if you've got a hunter in the group, you'll find it so much easier to be able to do that. So again, 5 tokens. 5 tokens inside 5 minutes. 5 tokens within 5 minutes. You can do that real quick. Go to Mickle Delving, find the stables. The stables is just along here. And you want to take a horse to as close to Dulland as you can get, because that's where the next one's at. So find your stable master. And you probably have to go to... let's have a look. Let's see. Let's see. Go to Hobbiton. Travel to Hobbiton as fast as you can. And you want to try and get to the Needle Hole. That's where you want to aim for. So let's take this horse, and I'll talk to you guys while we're taking a horse, because then I can take a step back. I can have a cup of tea. For those of you that weren't here at the beginning, I'm using a new piece of software. We had a representative of i-gameonline. We sent out to California to TwitchCon. And she just got back yesterday. And briefed us. And while she was at TwitchCon, she put us in contact with some streaming developers that work with Twitch. And as a result of that, we are using a new piece of streaming software. We're trying out a new piece of streaming software. It's not commercially available yet, it's only in alpha. But it's supposed to increase performance and stability for people's streams, which means that today's stream probably a lot more clearer and a lot more sharper than what yesterday's stream was. It uses a significantly less CPU, which is always good. And you can still use your plugins and overlays and all that kind of Streamlabs kind of stuff as well on top of it, built into it, which is really, really cool. What's it called? It's a piece of software by a very old company called Bebo. And Bebo have now reinvented themselves, and they've come back with some new streaming software. And yesterday, me and the guys all sat down and we're all trying it out. All the streamers on i-gameonline, all the i-gameonline members that do a lot of streaming on our streaming channels. And we sat down, we worked it all out, and we figured it all together. And it has the capability. We're dropping frames. Are we dropping frames a little bit? I shouldn't be dropping frames. I am running at 30 frames per second on a very high frame resolution. Very high resolution. Let's talk to Bogo here. Bogo, I need Bogo. I need to go to Needle Hall. So let's go to Needle Hall, and I keep talking to you guys. And has the capability of actually broadcasting at 7,000 kilobits per second, at 30 frames per second. So it has the potential of being able to actually punch out close to 4K, which is going to make for some amazing broadcasting in the future and some future streams. It's still being tweaked with. It's still not actually like 100% there yet. It's still in its alpha. But they do have a partnership program running at the moment, and I've been passed some names that I need to speak to at the company in order to get us onto like being affiliated with this with the developers. And in the future, we should be able to. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring you some more exciting and more in-depth and more detailed games. Not just Lord of the Rings Online, but plenty of other ones as well. The software automatically picks up Lord of the Rings Online, and automatically does all its settings and things like that, which is really, really handy. If it auto-detects the game, and it knows what aspect ratio, and it knows what frame rates and all that kind of things, and it does all the calculations for you. So, hopefully, this will be a much smoother kind of viewing for you guys. But we're not going to deviate from the main task at hand here, which is I'm just going to talk a lot about Lord of the Rings Online, about Middle-earth. If anybody's got any questions about Middle-earth, any people, places, events and things like that, and they want them answering, or want some more information about them to try and help bring the world of GR Tolkien more to life, then feel free to post them in there, and I'll do my best to try and dig through my archive of Tolkienalia, if Tolkienalia is a word, and try and answer them. I know I've had some questions in the past about the Witch King, about his origins, and the names of all the Nazgul and their origins and things like that. Yeah. And we've covered places and events and things like that before in the past as well, so if you've got any questions, feel free. There's one thing that doesn't show up, as I've got a mouse pointer, and the new software. Do you have to deal with wraiths as you play, or is it rare to see? No, you do see the ring wraiths. The Nazgul, the ring wraiths, the Dark Riders, the Nine, or whatever you want to call them, the mortal men. You do have to deal with them. You do have to deal with them. Yeah, on occasion they do show up. There's a story mode all the way through this, which you have to partake in, and you do run into the Nazgul from time to time, quite frequently. Okay, head to Dulland. Dulland's quite expensive. It's about 4.5 silver pieces to be able to get to Dulland. No, you do see the ring wraiths. And if one of my colleagues pops on later on from iGame, we might actually take you to one of the Nazgul's fortresses. There's several of them. Well, there's 3 main ones. There's Agmar, which is where the Witch King kind of resides. There's Dol Guldur, which is in Mirkwood, which is where the Necromancer was first perceived by Gandalf and Galadriel. And then there's Maneth Morgul, which is the City of the Dead, which is just across the Anduin from Osgiliath and Minas Tirith. There's also the Teeth of Mordor, or the Black Gate, where the third of the Nazgul, Dwarf of War, is his common name, who takes care of all the wags and the wolves and all that kind of stuff. The Beastmaster of the 9 That's where he resides, and there's various other places as well. The Nazgul also spread across a lot of Middle-earth. They searched a vast majority of Middle-earth for the One Ring. It could have gone anywhere. It could have gone east, it could have gone south. And there is regions towards the south, the Haradans and the Nazgul. There was a couple of Nazgul that did venture into the Haradans and brought disturbing things towards the communities that lay in that direction. So we're heading towards Dulland. I'm doing this as autopilot so I can have a nice cup of tea and I can talk to you guys. Probably should have got off there maybe, but we'll go as far as Dulland, and then what we'll do is we'll run south, and then what we'll do is we'll speak to the elves. We'll speak to the elves, and they have a chest. They have a chest next to the elves. And when you get to that chest, you want to dig in that chest, and you want to pick out a really good scroll. You get a really good scroll, you'll be able to exchange it, and you'll be able to get some more tokens. We've been playing for about 10 minutes. And this is the, if you want to be able to get some tokens real quick, some festive tokens. It's always nice to be able to get some festive tokens without having to struggle on with all the... Here we are. With all the challenges. So down here, we're in Dulland. There you go. You can see some more rings here to do. There's various ones. The Aid Association and the Innkeep and all that. And you want to head to... Here we are. So you want to search the scroll chest. Get the scroll chest. Just dig yourself in there. Get yourself a scroll. Oh, well-written scroll. That's good. So, one well-written scroll. Barter it straight away. And that'll give me 2 tokens. That's brilliant. Okay, so that got me about 9 tokens. And that's not too bad. 9 tokens is not too bad for about 10 minutes work. That's pretty good. You'll have some icons across the top underneath your status bar. One's a scroll, one's a geode, one's an apple, one's a pumpkin, and they all have a cooldown period, usually of about an hour or so. So you'll be able to do that again in an hour's time. Be able to get yourself maybe 9 over 9 or 10 tokens. Do that 2 or 3 days, and then you'll be able to have enough tokens to actually exchange for something that you really, really want. Maybe even a starlight crystal. So if you've got a legendary item and you want to rank it up, take it to the next level, you can use a starlight crystal, and then you'll be able to rank those weapons up, which would be really, really cool. I'm going to zoom all the way over to Mickle Delving again. I'm going to show you how to get some extra tokens. Oh, sorry about that. Bad cough today. I'm going to show you how to get some extra tokens by going into the chests. Find the chests. Yes, there's 4 chests. 4 chests inside the Haunted Barrow, which you can just go in and just grab. So I'm going to just quickly running this over towards the party tree again, towards the Haunted Barrow. There's 4 chests in there. There's 3 in one room, and there's 1 in the cellar, 1 in the basement. Once you've searched those, you will be able to get a whole load of tokens as well, which will take your total into double figures. Lots of tokens for very little effort, very little work. I think it's really, really nice of the guys at Lord of the Rings Online to be able to give you the opportunity to actually get an awful lot of goodies out of this festival without having to put in an awful lot of effort or be part of a larger group or have those limitations. So I'm going to trudge across this poor farmer's field here. There we go. We're going to head towards... Still nighttime in the Shire. Beautiful star formations. And if anybody's noticed, and I've mentioned this before in the past, if you look in that direction, you should be able to see it a lot better on the stream now. You'll see the plough, or the great dip there, the big bear, the great bear, Asia Major, or referred to as the sickle. And the Valar placed that in the sky in the north. They placed it directly in the north. So if you're looking in the direction, you're going pretty much more or less north. Over Utumno and... Yes, if you've got a level 100 item, then yes, save your crystals obviously with a level 100 item. Good advice there, Nettlebrew. I've already used one of my ones. I used it on a level 95 item or something like that. And I didn't see an awful lot of difference, to be honest, and they do recommend that you do save them and use your crystals. But get them now and save them, bank them. You can stack them. I think they stack to about 50, and put them to one side, and then you'll be able to use them when you do get your level 100 items. Yeah, the sickle, getting back on track, the sickle, or the Great Bear or the Asia Major was placed in the sky by the Vala over Utumno and Angbang. And it's the Sickle of Doom for Melclaw. That's what was positioned there, and that's actually that's in the literature written by Tolkien, and it's also in the game, which is quite nice. I like that kind of stuff. Over to the east, not too sure which direction you're going there. You can see Orion, the hunter. And you can see there's the 3 belts of Orion. I'm going to run a little bit east here because I just need to. Let's jump right up. There we go. And you can see him there with his either bow or club, depending on how you want to view it. I'm just going to stop here and just let you guys see it. That's Orion in the sky, and he's directly east, and just up and away from there you can see the Pleiades. I'm just stuck in the grass here. I'm going to see if there we go, just above Nosterial's head there you can see the Pleiades, the 7 sisters, the 7 dwarves, the founding fathers immortalized in the sky there, just off to the one side, just in a north, like at a 2 o'clock position from Orion's belt there. See, pretty much a straight line from Orion's belt straight through the bow, straight to the 7 fathers, the 7 dwarves, or in our terminology, the 7 sisters, or the Pleiades. The Pleiades as an astrological term. Those are the 3 constellations that were actually involved in, written into the books of J.R. Tolkien. So it's nice that they've been incorporated into the game as well. Are we in Dora Brownlock's farm? And if anybody's familiar with Dora has chickens. Lots of chickens. And some of them have names. Dora's chickens have names. Again, one of those things that is nicely added to the game. I do like those little bits. Let's jump in this water here. Just dive it. There we go. Cannonball it. Nice little ripple effect there, which you saw when I dove in there. You'll see. So, there's the fireworks going off in the distance. Let's make it to the party tree real quick, and we're going to make it to the barrow. So we've got ourselves about, maybe about 10 tokens up to now. And if you're a hunter, you can do this really, really quick. Or if you're in the company of a hunter, then yes, you can do it really, really fast. Just speed travel from one location to another. We can't use the apple bobbin yet, so we're going to cut through the party. There's lots of rings here. There's lots of things to do. Fireworks is really causing a little bit of lag here. This is a very popular area. We're going to run straight into the barrow. Get straight into the barrow there. Yeah, light pollution is an issue. I'm fortunate. I live through the bookcase. Bookcase open, please. Thank you. Let me through. Through here. Whoa. Around here, down here, around here, and there's a secret. If you go towards it, it says it's the secret passage. Go the secret passage. Go through here. It looks like a hobbit hole, and you'll see 3 chests. One to the left, one straight ahead, and one to the right. Open them all. Open them all. There we go. That's a festive token. Brilliant. Open that one. Another festive token. Brilliant. Open the last one. Another festive token. Brilliant. That's 3 more tokens in no time whatsoever. Make your way back. Don't go through that door. You'll end up in Bag End. I'm fortunate enough. I live in an area that doesn't get an awful lot of light pollution. I live very close to a dark skies area. One of the largest dark skies in Europe. In a place... basement, that's where I want to go. I was wondering where I was going there. Basement. And it's behind these barrels. Just click on the barrels, open the barrels, and you'll see there is a poorly hidden chest. Grab it! And you usually get a fair good amount of stuff in here. There we go. We got a candle, we got some birdseed, we got 3 festive tokens, and we got a jar of roast bugs. And we can keep all them. Brilliant. We can escape the dungeon just by clicking the little get me out of here now. and you'll see some more icons have appeared underneath that tells you that you can't use those chests again for at least another hour. So that wasn't too bad. That was about 15 tokens in about 15 minutes. And in an hour's time I can get myself another 15. Oh, let's move away from that guy. He can't play it very well at all, can he? 15 tokens in about 15 minutes. So in about an hour's time I'll be able to come back and actually get another 15 tokens. And if you do that for, you know, a couple of days or so, you'll be able to get yourself maybe 100 tokens. Very little effort. You can get yourself a lot more, obviously, by doing all the rings around this area. And in the other areas that we visited, yeah, there's various other rings. And you can get yourself an awful lot more. Let's take a look and see what we can get. We head over to the Fall Festival Trader. Oh, somebody's just fallen dead at my feet. Never mind. Let's see, we can get a shield. Not sure if it's any good. Warden shield. I don't think we'll bother with that one. Get some nice leaf mail. Look at this. Leaf mail. Cloaks. An outfit. Some real nice. Some dresses. Some robes. A spooky robe of the bat. Oh, that looks real nice. Some very nice. There's actually 6 pages of stuff you can go through, and there's lots of cloaks and bag accessories. It's a tankard, some pretzels, some furniture items. You hear the fireworks going off and the bangers going off in the background. Got some tables and some chairs, some outdoor yard, haunted tree stuff, some giant pumpkin patches, goblin statues. There's lots of sundial. Sundial might be interesting to go outside. A welcome mat, an autumn welcome mat, and it's only 8 tokens. It's only 8 tokens to be able to get these things, so you don't need loads of tokens to be able to get all these items. There's some extra of those jars and things like that. You can play tricks on friends. There's a buoy moat, and there's some steeds. Obviously, there's the typical tiny kind of steeds as well. Very, very nice. The steeds only need 30 points to be able to get the steeds, and like I say, you can get yourself a nice new steed in about 3 hours' time. And then there's your crystals. There's your crystals. 90 points for a crystal, so about a day's work. Lots to get. Right, I'm going to head over to Bree. I'm going to bank some stuff. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the Dark Skies area that I live nearby. I live near a place called Kielder. Kielder is in the north of England, south of Scotland, all the border regions. And it's predominantly all forest. There's nothing there, no lamps or lights or anything like that for about 30-40 miles in every direction. And there is an observatory there. Kielder Observatory. And it's run by a good friend of mine, Gary Fields. Who is an astronomer. Yeah, let's go in here. Who's an astronomer, and I occasionally like to go up there and look at the night sky and see how beautiful everything looks, and see the Milky Way, and the Andromeda Galaxy, and all the nearby objects, the planets and things like that. That's I don't know why I'm keeping all this stuff. I don't think there's anything. Is there anything I need to chuck in here? I don't think so. I think most of this all goes in all the places, doesn't it? So let's. Must be nice. It is nice. It is nice. I think they're going through the stages of actually building a second observatory, just about on the next, like I would say, mountain ridge. It depends. We don't really have mountains. We just have really high hills. Let's do some crafting. Get rid of some of this stuff. A high ridge. They're building a second observatory. And visitor center, and like a classroom, kind of like science center kind of thing. Because at the moment they've just got like just the typical kind of 3 telescope observational platform system area. Very nice telescopes, 20 inch refractor lenses, so really, really clear. And take some beautiful photographs. Take some beautiful photographs of the moon and the stars and of planets and the galaxy and the Milky Way and far off distant objects, deep space objects. But it is a pity. It is a pity. I know a lot of people that play the game or play in cities and in apartments, and they do suffer from light pollution, an awful lot of neon signs and various things, that street lamps and things like that, and traffic, and they don't get to see the night sky as beautiful as it is. Let's see if we can extract some more stuff. We're going to head over to the house, dump some stuff. The Kingship House. Let's see if we can drop some stuff over there. I was going to show you guys my that black dress I got yesterday. I still haven't tried it on yet. Still need to try it on. Let's get back into Middle Earth. So in Bree. Let's head over to the Kingship House. Put some gear in the chest for the guys to work with. Do their crafting, bring their crafting up and sell a few items and trade a few items as well. It's a lovely quiet night. 8 Long Street, the home of i-gameonline. Anybody wants to join us, we're on the US Brandywine server. You don't have to have an existing character there. If you want to create a character, then just drop me a message and we'll help you out and get you all kitted up and sorted. Some nice little Kingship House. It's well furnished. Got plenty of room to put in some more furniture, but we've got quite a large one here, and it's well catered for. Plenty of materials inside the chest. Let's chuck some more in here, shall we? Let's chuck in some more ore as well, because I know Theo's working on that kind of stuff. There's some chunks there. Get them in there. That's it. Yes, there's some. Anyway, there's some emerald shards, and I said there was 3 in there, so yes, there is some emerald shards in there, Lee. If you're watching, they are there, so you use those to be able to make legendary items. So if you need in need of a legendary item and you're a member of the Kingship, then we've got that covered. Don't think I need to be able to get rid of anything else. I need to shut that. I'm just going to just ditch that and bother with it. So let's drop some stuff off. If you have a Kingship House, it's always advisable that your members pick houses or personal houses in the same district. And just as an example, this is Nosterial's house. This is my house next door. That way, I've got 2 teleports. I've got return to my personal house and return to the Kingship House. And it doesn't matter which one is on the cooldown. I'll still have a one to be able to get me back to both. So it's always nice to be able to have those kind of things. I think you see mine's just full of all sorts of rubbish. Let's take that out. No music in here. I haven't really decorated or done anything nice with the place. Am I running out of space? I've got 3 slots left. Let's put some of that in there. Get that out the way. Let's put that in there. I took the is this? I can change that one, so that's fine. Let's keep that one. Let's put these in here. There we go. That's freed up a bit of space. I'm at full anyway. I can't add any more space unless I leave some mithril. So let's give us a little bit of space. Let's leave. There we are, back outside. You can see the music actually comes back because I got no music playing in mine. It's literally just a storage box for all the stuff that I've got. Let's head on down to the legendary item dealers. And let's get shot of a couple of legendary items. I think I've got a couple I need to... Well, I might have one I need to reforge anyway, so I might as well do that while I'm here. I've got a vault in here as well, so I can transfer stuff between my personal storage and my vault fairly easy. A little bit of a jog, but that's nothing to worry about. Yep, I'm going to reforge that one. You'll do. That'll do. There we go. Let's get shot of some bits. Deconstruct that one. Yes. What I'm also going to do is probably get rid of... Not that one. Where's my other one at? Do I have another one? I thought I had another one. No, I don't. Okay, right. That's fine. We're just working on that one. Let's go chuck some stuff in the vault. And then Rudina Gal. No, Rudy Angel. Sorry, 2 L's. Rudy Angel. Sorry. Hey, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Let's no, wrong button. I clicked on the wrong button there. I don't have that one. Open my vault. That's it. Yeah, we're going to get it right this time. There we go. I'm going to chuck that in my volume 3 and volume 4 in there. I'm sure they'll come in handy for something. I got loads of stuff. Right, let's take out this. Let's close my little briefcase there. Where's my dress? I got a dress yesterday. Where did I get it? There it is there. Let's pop that in there. Close here. Let's equip it. It's a cosmetic dress. I'm using outfit 1. This is my green one. This is quite nice. I like it. Let's take that off. Let's put that one on. Wow, that is a black dress, isn't it? That is a black dress. I think if I wear that one, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see me running around. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll stick with what we know, which is, let's put that one back in there. Where's my green one? Is it this one? I never remember my dress. I got so much clothing, it's ridiculous. I think it's that one. Let's try that one. It's outfits. Yeah, I think it's that one. That's the one. Let's stick with that one and then put that back in the dress again. That's it. That way we keep it. We can change it and we don't lose it. We don't lose our cosmetics. So we keep all our cosmetics kind of like in here. We drag them out. We wear them. We drag them back. That way we keep them. If we don't do that, they get lost. They get destroyed. And that's never a good thing. Never a good thing. So I've got a few bits and pieces. I've got lots of portions. I got way too many portions. I don't know why I got way too many portions. Let's see if we can... Can I put some of these on my bars? Let's put you on that one. There we go. Start using some of these portions. Where's my learned firstborn? That's that. Let's trigger that. That gives me a little bit of a buff. And we're going to continue the story. Let's continue the story, shall we? Now, where were we? We were in Rohan, and we followed the Bingo path, and Bingo took us straight away, all the way back to the Dunland again. It's kind of nice of him. So we said we would go back to that location. I think it's this one here. Yes, the Handrian. So let's go back there and continue a little bit more. I'm not sure if on this one I can show you the Middle-earth map. I know you guys that have been regular followers on this channel have seen me occasionally bring up the Middle-earth map and show you where we are in retrospect of anywhere else. And I will try and do that again. Let's see if I can do that now. Let's see if I can bring up my Middle-earth maps and then you'll be able to actually see. I need the map of Middle-earth. There we are. That's the map of Middle-earth. Right. Let's see if I can do this. If I add a video source, add the video source, and okay, I don't think I can do that. Can I add a window source? Can I add a window? Yeah, I don't think I can do that. Can I add a video source? No, looks like I don't think I can do. Oh, no, I can't. Don't think I can add a window. I'll have to look into that one, guys, and see if I can add a window into that. Let's just have a quick check. I can't do that. Can I add it as an overlay? Probably not. No, probably not. Probably not. Probably not a good idea. That's a shame. I'll try and work that one out, guys. So, but yeah, we're in just south of Egrion. We're gonna make our way over this way. There's a few people around here I should really be talking to, should I? They've got an awful lot of stuff. None of it is used to me there. Heading down across Agrion, we're looking for a small little hobbit habitat just to the northwest, and it's a good example of the fact that the hobbits. Oh, is it rain or is it wind? It's wind. The hobbits migrated. The Harfoots and the Stewards and the Proudfeet. No, they came from the west of the Misty Mountains, east of the Misty Mountains. Sorry, east of the Misty Mountains. And they came through the Misty Mountains, and they basically came over there, and came into this region. And some of them stayed here, and some of them kept going and ended up in the Bree area and the Shire area. So the hobbits are not totally Shire folk. They have expanded and ventured out to different areas. Let's head over in this direction. Let's put a map up. Let's see where we're going. So we're here in the middle. I know you can't see my pointer, but you can see my little red marker there. We are travelling toward Glens, and there's a horse stable just there. Look at that moon. It's a full moon. It's very poignant with it being Halloween and things. Look at that. I love the sky. The skies in this area are just fascinating. The clouds are moving. I'm just going to sit there just for a second so you guys can see. The clouds are moving. Hear the wind. So I'm just looking around. You can see like the dawn's coming because you can see the sky turning like a purpley red colour. The clouds are just kissing the top of those mountains, just obscuring the view of the peaks of the Misty Mountains. 5 of the Misty Mountains have names. 5 of the Misty Mountains have names. A little bit of trivia there for you. You guys want to go and check those and look those up. Yep, 5 of them. 5 of the mountains in the Misty Mountain range have names. Gundaband. Oh, Gundaband is the most northerly one. Mount Gundaband. The most northerly one in the range. Just before it branches off into the realms of Agmar. So head in this direction. It's a path down there. Okay, so we're gonna. Take this little path down here. Let's see if we keep going in this direction. Mount Gundaband is actually is also the birthplace of the dwarves. That's where. They were created, and after their creation they were discovered by Ilyvata. They were forced to sleep in the depths, and not to be awakened until the elves would have been awoken first, the children of Ilyvata, and they were sleeping underneath Gundaband, Mount Gundaband, which is really to the north of the Misty Mountains, just before it reaches the rounds of Agmar. Durin the First, the leader of them, the first one to be awakened. And he travelled south until he came to Lake Miramir, and he founded the great fortress and the great city of Khazad-dûm, which later became Moria, or the Dark Hole. Mor, meaning dark in Sindar, like in Mordor, or in Morgul, Mordor, and Moria. So I hear somebody say the word Mor, M-O-R, in Tolkien's languages, you know it's evil, it's dark, it's a dangerous place. Dor, meaning land, as in Gondor or Mordor, it means stone or land or earth. And Gul, meaning sorcery, as in Morgul, as in the Morgul Blades, or in Guldor, in Dol Guldur, it means sorcery. So there you go, guys. There's a little bit of Sindar in translation for you there. If anybody has any more questions or anything like that, then feel free to post them. I'll try my best to try and answer them. And if I can't answer them, I'm sure one of the i-gameonline members will do their best to try and research it and find the answers out for you as well. Oh, heading in this direction towards the Glim Glens. And here, like the tapping of wood and like almost like wind chimes. Oh, there's a sound's changed again. So I think this is an orc encampment. Is this an orc encampment? I'm guessing it probably is. I want to be a little bit further north. I'm just gonna keep wandering along this path. We're not going to go for a 5-hour stream today, guys. So I need to cut off pretty early because I've got to spend some time with some of the i-gameonline guys. I need to look out for these things as well. Small arrows. I've already found them. I've already picked them up. I've already done this quest, but look out for those. We're going to be creating some. We're going to do some anime graphics. We're doing some anime graphics for our Middle-earth roleplay season 2, which will be recording soon, and you'll be able to actually watch that. There's the white stag. Watch that from next spring onwards on our YouTube channel, and it's going to be it's acted out by the members of i-gameonline, and you guys can. There's the small boar. You'll be able to listen to that and watch that. And our season 2, or book 2, is going to be of our Middle-earth roleplay, our adventures into Middle-earth, a tabletop Dungeons and Dragons saga. Here's bingo. And you'll be able to do that from next spring onwards. You can already, if you haven't listened to a Middle-earth roleplay season 1 already, 110 episodes, each one about an hour to 2 hours long, you can do that on our YouTube channel. You'll find a link on our Twitch page there. Let's talk to Bingo. Well, what do you know? Hobbits do live here in the Gloomglens. How many miles have we travelled from the Shire? More than I can say without a fair bit of thought, and yet here is a settlement of hobbit folk all the same. Bingo laughs suddenly. What would old Milo Goodbody have to say about this discovery of ours, Nosterial? It seems there could be other hobbit villages out there somewhere, not just in the Shire, or in Bree, but all over the place. I need to talk to Rufus, I need to talk to Ruus. An elf, you say? Oh, I say you were an evil spirit for sure, but this other seems to be a friendly old salt. He says his name's Bingo, which does not sound like a name to me, but I suppose anything's possible. Are you sure we haven't come to Martelvine cause good hunting? The man won't speak you out, right? Oh, okay. I hope you will excuse our ruses. He seems naught but a bumpkin. But still, he is a dear to us, despite himself. He is a good enough fellow, if a little afraid of outsiders. He might call you dividend. I don't know what that is. But I can say more than that. The mayor will be able to tell for sure. Okay, I need to go and speak to somebody else. Somebody way up to the north, I'm guessing. There we are. First into the town. Hobbit music. That sounds like... Is there a festival on town? I don't think I've stumbled across a location where there's a festival. No, I don't think so. You never know. The developers could just slip them in there. Look at that. I've got some farm, gardening, typical Hobbit hole kind of things. There we are. There's a little ramp down the side there. It's lovely. It's like the Shire away from Shire. And we've got some people who can sell some stuff to and do some trading with as well. We've got there's a relic master and a forge master here. A little place we can attune to. Let's keep heading north because it looks like the mayor's house is further uphill, just under. And they've got kind of their own little party tree here. You can see they've got their own solitary kind of central tree location here. Look, there we are. It's kind of, it's covered slightly. It's like well shielded from the wind. You can see the wideness of the top and the narrowness of the base. It's very like out in like in the Badlands of Arizona and Nevada, places like that, where you can see the wind is worn away, some eroded, that's the word I'm looking for, is eroded away some of the texture and the contours around the base and made them kind of windswept and dried out. I've got a quest here. What's this? Stews for the winter. I haven't done this one. Oh, okay, right, well, collect stag meat. I guess I can do that one. I don't mind doing that one. I can do that one. Missed a quest there. And I know new quests get added all the time in the updates, so it's always worth going around adventuring in Middle-earth and finding else. Oh my god, what I've got to do. I've extended your greetings to the mole, Nosterial. The folk of my village are most interested to hear what you have to say about Bingo Boffin's journey. He could be one of us if he changed out of his strange garments and wore something more fitting for his kingship. His kinfolk. We are proper traditions for the greeting a family gone long away and freshly returned. I think it would be suitable to greet Bingo with a traditional welcoming feast of the Stewers. Remember I was telling you about the hobbits, like, broke into three groups: the Stewers, the Barefoot, and the Half-Eat. There were three tribes, and they came from the east side of the Misty Mountains down the Anduin, and you see that in the Two Towers. I think it's the beginning of the Two Towers when you see Smeagol and Deagle, aka Gollum, in the boat, and they're fishing. They're fishing on the River Anduin. Where when they found the fish that had the ring, kind of thing. Yeah, that was on the Anduin. Over time, of course, they migrated away from that area. They crossed the Misty Mountains by various methods. The Red Horn Pass, the High Pass, the Low Pass, and all various other places like that. Through Morian and places like that. They crossed the Misty Mountains, and they kind of like they all migrated towards the Shire area. But some of them did stop off here. And the Stewers are a group of them that stopped off before they actually got to the Shire and decided to call this place home. So there you go. That's the tradition of hobbits and the way the hobbits are. So they're not Shire people. They're not considered Shire people. They're Stewers. And this is where they call home the Gloomglens. Speak to as many villagers for some of the supplies. Okay, so I'm going to go around. I'm going to go collect supplies. And he's got another quest which I've probably done, which is repeatable. So I've got to go around and actually speak to some of the hobbit folk. So let's just trample on his grass and vegetables and talk to him. Full course, of course. I know why you come, Nosterial. Caradog says I solemnly... Oh, I'm narrating the wrong bit there. Caradog stares at you solemnly and produces a small tureen. The recipe for this gravy has been passed down my family for generations, and no welcome and feast would be complete without it. It improves the flavour, whatever it touches. Taters, meat, crusty bread, everything. Take it with my will, and know that from this point forward, Bingo will measure every meal against this one. Thanks to the gravy. There we go. I'm trying to do different voices for all the characters. Normally I'm pretty good at it, but it's a little dry today. Right, so we're heading this way now. Heading south. Okay, so he's given us a gravy boat of something. I'm gonna veer off to the. Oh, just fall on top of this poor guy's house. There we go. There we go. Oh my, I'm missing a lot of quests here, so it looks like a good job I did do a little bit of exploration around Middle-earth. A welcome and feast. I've just the thing to make it the finest such meal we have had in for some time. Take these giant ones. Take these fine specimens with you, and I'll be hearty enough to serve for many courses. A welcome and feast, I can hardly believe it. There we go. It gives you several giant taters. Wait, there's Violet. Speak to Violet. She's gonna have a quest as well. I'm missing out a lot of quests here. So. There's a welcome and feast. What delightful news! We've had a few of them lately, and I tell you that nothing brings a village together like a welcome and feast. Here, I'll give you some of my famous sprouted herbs for using in preparing the meal. They will add just the right kind of flavour for my folk enjoys, and I'm sure Bingo will find them suitable as well. Okay, so she gives us some herbs. Oh, can I climb up here? I can. I wasn't sure I can climb up there. I'm stuck on a house, but okay, let's jump over the house, why not? That's what we do, jump over the houses. Okay, we're heading south, back out of the Gloomlands. And the music's changed, the atmosphere's changed, and it's daytime though. That's good. That's good. It's good daytime. It's a little bit more detail for you guys to see. You can see the shadows being cast across these very dark paths. I gotta defeat some wolves. It says. Oh, there's a one. Let's have really you. Okay, there's one. Ah, there's some vegetables. Some root vegetables. I can see them just over here. I should be able to just pick them up. And there's some boar droppings. I don't think I want the boar droppings, but I will go and check them out because it might be part of that other quest I had. Ah, part of another quest I've got to do. Let's see. Let's get the root vegetables. The root vegetables are good. Some marigold. Okay, that's 10 of them. There's some boar droppings. There's lots to pick up here. So let's just... I don't need the crushing rock and the skeleton. Let's grab all these rooted vegetables. Veggies, like little carrots and turnips and parsnips and that sort of thing. Let's get all these. I'll go. Clicked a little bit there. Got one more to get. Let's get that. There we go. Okay, that's that lot got. There were some. Do I need to? I don't need to attack the hunters. Let's get the marigold again. I'm sure there's a wolf. I'm sure I've got to take a few more wolves out. Right, another 2 more wolves. See if I can spot a few from up here. Ah, there's a one just over the far side. Let's see, can I just pick him off? I should be able to. Yeah. And there's a one down. It's a boar. Oh, there's a wolf as well. I can see it just stood next to each other. Oh, there we go. It's a single shot. And a little bit closer. Alright, just spotted a marigold. Yep, just there as well, and a few other things and bits and pieces as well. So let's get those. There we go. And some more boar droppings. Grab that marigold there. I think that's the last one I need of that. No, I need a lot more. Ooh, blimey. I don't need any more wolves. Don't need more. I need a couple of more boars maybe. Wild boars. Let's get them. There we go. Let's shoot those. And let's pick a few of those off as well. If anybody wants to send me a message, then please feel free to use the chat, or you can email me at wispa@i-gameonline.net. If if you want to know anything else about what i-gameonline's doing, or what we're getting up to, or what we've done. And if you think about starting your own community, online group, regardless of the game or the platform, then please consider i-gameonline for being set up with. There you go. You can create your own forums, document libraries, you can share your videos, your walkthroughs, and all that kind of stuff. All cool stuff. All completely free. Just get yourself over there, get yourself signed up. Where? Okay, there's a marigold there. Grab that one. Small bucket. I don't think I need that. I think I did that one. White stag. Do I need a white stag? Oh, there's some boar droppings there. Let's get the boar droppings and then we'll shoot the stags. Looking around. Oh, I need 2 of those. I need 1 more though. That's okay. I don't need loads. I can see one down there flickering. Whoop. Drop down here. There we are. There's a marigold there. Let's grab that one. There we go. That's 6 of those. Let's see if there's any more near. Ah, it's gone up the area a bit. Let's head back up this way. See if we can spot a couple from up here. Do I need it? I do. I still need some boars. Ah, that's the boars done. That's good. So I'm looking for marigolds, and I'm looking around all over the place pretty much. I don't need any more boars. We need to be back in this direction. Let's have a look down here, see if there's any other road. Yeah, there's one there. I can see it. I can see 2, I think. I think I just spotted the other one just round the corner there to the left. Let's have a look. Oh, maybe not. Well, that's 7. Let's just follow it round here. Let's see if I can spot any more. I can see one up the far side there. Still looking for a stag as well. So let's... The stag there, I can see it. Let's see if I can just drop in and just take it out. There we go. Okay, the stag's taken care of. So it's just marigolds I'm looking for now, I think. And we're looking around. Searching pretty much everywhere. Don't want to go too far. See if any just pop up on the radar or anything. That there's some boar droppings. I think I need some more of them. Okay, 6 of those. Looks like we're getting somewhere. Maybe there's some more there. Let's pick those up. Music's very dramatic. Oh, some more down there. Let's take those out. More down there. Can't see any more marigolds anywhere yet. I'm looking around. Okay, that's 9 of them. Ah, there's some there, so that's 10. So we're just after the marigold now. So I need 2 more. I need 2 more marigolds. I'm going to see if there's any up and over here. I don't want to go in this direction. I think I can see one's just up ahead there. Yeah, I'm going to grab that one. me grab that one. There we go. That's 9. Scoping around. I think I need to be on top of here. Up the hill. There we go. I want to go in this direction. No, I need to be going in that direction. Well out of the way. I think it's over those hills. You can see it's very typical kind of Hobbit land, can't you? It's like these. It's hilly, but it's not. There's no stones. It's more like compacted earth. And it's terraced. I was gonna say it's very terraced, which is like flat levels, and then there seems to be like a way up, and then there's no shelf, and then another level and a shelf, and there's a marigold just down on the other side there. There we go. Okay, that's 10. So let's make our way back to the Gloom Glens. Small little haven. As you can see, it's not really swimming with orcs or Nazgul or dragons or anything like that. Quite a nice, pleasant little place to come and visit. There's the lamp, and one of those deeds you may come across is you have to find 4 lamps. That is one of the first ones, the broken lamps. And there we go. Looks like somebody's got an accordion out. Doing a nice job. Down there? I guess I'm going down there. Through his bushes. There we go. Let's talk to him. And hand in his. There we go. That was a good one. Oh, I've got to plant some stuff. I think I've got to plant some stuff. So there's some earth. Let's put in some. I guess this is for the boar dropping. Oh no, seedling. Oh, I'm planting the marigolds. I'm planting the marigolds. I'm not fertilizing. I'm planting. There you go. So I've got 10 of these to do, so I'm just going to keep spinning around and let you guys see. It's a wonderful little place here. Let's just stand on the kind of 1 foot on a barrel of seeds here. I'll work my way around the perimeter, I think. Do it in an anti-clockwise direction. There we go. That's 5. This should be 6. Very, very nice. My tea's gone a little cold. Let's go. It's number 8. Number 9. And we got 11 left for the last one. Here's number 10. There we go. Let's plant that one there. There we go. That's marigolds planted. I guess we have to talk to somebody once we've done this. Yep, there we go. Speak to the. There we go. 3 silver tokens of the wild. I'm sure they'll come in handy for something, some point. Let's head back up this incline. Going straight ahead, I can see that there's a. Speak the provisioner. Oh, very, very good. Did I get anything? Lots of drops and pieces? I got a few bits and pieces. I'm going to keep those. I'm just going to get rid of the rest. So let's speak to the provisioner. Let's browse his shop. Let's repair some bits and pieces. Not much was broken there. This is not a very high level area. It's a nice kind of chilling, laid back. Zor 42, welcome. See a message there. Let's look what we can get. And do what we usually do, just sell everything that's on the bottom of the list. There we go, let's get rid of it all. Okay, let's go and speak to... I'm guessing Bingo's up here somewhere. I'm not sure if he's... Is he up or is he down? Is he down? Yeah, he's found himself a little table of some sort. He's down by the river. Oh, bushes in the way. Let's just, so you can walk through the... Look at this, beautiful falls. Nice. So you do some fishing here, I guess. Not sure if you'll catch anything. Seems to be a very secluded kind of area. Those of you that do the fishing. I'm sure you guys are... Come to that place. Let's talk to Bingo. I hope you don't mind, Nosterial, but we may have started without you. I think there should be plenty of us to go round, though. Our new friends have said that a proper welcomers feast has been known to last a full week. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Oh, God, yeah. And we get 5 bingo tokens for that one. I'll move on to the next one. Homesick and just sick. Oh, Nostria, where did the time go? It seems as if the welcoming feast had just began, but it also feels as if it has been going on forever. The food has been so delicious, but Bingo's face has gone quite green and he doesn't look very happy. I fear that I may have overindulged rather a little. I really do not feel very well. It's just that everything looks so delicious, and there were so many courses. It would have been impolite not to eat my fill. Do you think we could speak with a healer? There must be some remedy that will help. Alright, so I'm gonna go find the healer. Well, no, I was just speaking to the healer, so I'm gonna see if I can get something to settle your stomach a little bit. Bingo. Let's go on. Hello, healer. You're the healer, that's right. Yes, how can I help you? Ah, Bingo. Bingo did not understand the importance of pacing himself, did he? A welcoming feast is no small thing, and I'm certain we were told, yeah, time and time again. I can brew a tea that should help him feel a little better, but my stock of tea leaves has gotten rather low. If you could cut several flushes of teas for me, I could brew something for poor old Bingo. Take this knife of mine and look for likely plants outside the village. Cut only from the top of the plant, about a head length down from the top. 3 flushes of tea should be enough, and the more fresh the better. Okay, so I'm going to go and get him some tea. So we're off out the village again. And go and get something that we can brew for him. We'll have to cut the tips of the tea plant off, and then let it dry out, and then crush it up and roll it and dry it, and then mix it with a little bit of warm water, a little bit of hot water, and let it stir and brew it. And hopefully that will help settle poor old Bingo's stomach. I imagine it's going to be something like mint. Mint tea is very, very nice and very, very helpful in digestion. Right, here we are, some tea plants. Here, look, I found some tea plants just around the corner here, so that's good. Okay, let's remember, just the tops, not the whole plant. Okay, that's one. The pungent smell fills the air as you cut the top of the plant. Yep, too right. Oh, no, I'm going to be facing it first before I cut it down. Just the top, that's it, just cut the top off, that's nice. Okay. There's the tea cut. Let's go and take it back, and then I'm sure they'll be able to dry it and roll it, crush it, and then brew something to help settle poor old Bingo's stomach. So obviously been overindulging himself with his welcoming feast. That's the broken lamp. There we go. And if you've played a lot of Lord of the Rings online, then be sure to go back and visit a lot of these smaller, forgotten places, because they're always introducing new quests and new story arcs, where the starting locations are back in the old world, as I would like to refer to as. Ah, you found some. I will use these to replace the tea I brew while you're out. It has cooled some, but it should still serve its purpose. Take this to Bingo and give him it, and have him drain it dry. You should start feeling better in only a little while. Okay, so I've got to take this brew now to Bingo, because obviously she made some while I was out collecting the tea. So let's take what she's made and give it to Bingo. Oh, Nosterial, I'm glad you came back. I should not have eaten so much. I feel terrible, but worse. I have been a poor dinner companion for Isla and Haley. Oh dear. And Theo. Ooh, I am quite full to burst. Can you handle the social pleasantries for now? I will sip the tea you have brought, and I hope it'll help. So I've got to speak to everybody now. Okay, so speak to each person individual. Speak to Theo. The folks in this village have been very kind, but their welcome and feast has not been very kind to Bingo. Haley told me I needn't sample every dish that has been put out in front of me, and that advice has served me well. Can you imagine what might have happened if I had gotten rid of the Rothstone? Some cruel food-related mishap, I'm sure of it. Haley. So around the side turn. Hello, Haley. The food is very good, but I am no hobbit. I stopped eating days ago. Bingo should have done the same. I think encountering that dragon might have knocked some sense into Theo, because he actually seems to be listening to me now. He is fortunate, because otherwise he would surely be feeling as poorly as Bingo right now. How long have I been playing Lord of the Rings? I've been playing Lord of the Rings since last September. Well, a year and a month. A year and a month. On and off. A year and a month. For iGame. How does it compare against other MMOs? It took me a long time to pick up Lord of the Rings Online, because I was playing a lot of MMOs, and a lot of the guys in iGameonline, a lot of the administrators and a lot of the gamers all get together and we all play a lot of MMOs. We play a lot of DC Universe Online, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy 14, World of Warcraft, loads, tons of different MMO style games. Not just MMO style games, we play a lot of multiplayer games as well. A lot of real-time strategies and things like that. So a lot of Command and Conquer. We do like Don't Starve Together and all that kind of stuff. How does it compare? It is very Tolkien in depth. Very Tolkien in depth. I find it very, very close to actual books. And that was probably one of the things why I didn't pick it up first time round. When it first came out in 2007. Remember, this game came out in 2007. It is 10 years old, and it is still holding on to probably the top. It'll definitely be in the top 10 of MMOs. Whereas other MMOs have kind of tried and failed. Final Fantasy 14 version 1, which I was a big player of in 2010, 2011, 2012. I played a lot of Final Fantasy 14, and that died a death, and then came out with Final Fantasy 14: A Realm Reborn. After its struggle, I've seen a lot of MMOs that have promised big things and then haven't delivered, and I've had issues with them. So I was very hesitant in playing Lord of the Rings Online, but I was taking a journey. I think it was, when was it? Last summer. It wasn't this summer, it was last summer. So, summer 2016, I was taking a journey to a small little town near me called Whitby. on the North Yorkshire. There's a hint, Yorkshire coast, and in that town is a pub, a tavern. It's called the Middle Earth Tavern, and you can Google this. You can Google it. Just Google Middle Earth Tavern, Whitby, and if you're one of my followers already, or if you follow my Instagram or YouTube or, anything, or my Facebook or anything like that, or for Wispa and i-gameonline, then you'd be very familiar with it. And it has a lot of Tolkien connections, and I've been playing Tolkien games since the 80s, since the mid-80s, so with Middle Earth Roleplay and The Hobbit on the old Sinclair ZX Spectrum 48K, stuff like that, and Lord of the Rings and The Fellowship, and all the early video games. I played a lot of them on early 8-bit and 16-bit video computers when I was doing a lot of programming for those guys. So I was very hesitant when people were saying, have you tried Lord of the Rings Online? So I left it for a while, and a long time, just like me. Yeah, I guess I've probably been at a long time. Yeah. And I read The Hobbit, and I watched the 1978, like the 1980s, the animated version of Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring and Two Towers. And I listened to the BBC radio play of The Hobbit and all that kind of stuff. And I got really into Lord of the Rings and the Middle Earth and all that kind of stuff. But it was Iron Crown Enterprises ICE Rollmaster system that got me in the tabletop Dungeons and Dragons into Middle Earth when it was licensed by Iron Crown Enterprises. It's no longer licensed by them. I think they lost the license in 1999, 2000. They lost the license. I did a lot of tabletop roleplay of Lord of the Rings Middle Earth, and I've recently just reintroduced that to the i-gameonline staff, cast and crew, and we created a Middle Earth roleplay radio series, which is about 110 episodes, which you can go along and you can listen to on our YouTube channel, and I think over 30,000 minutes worth has been listened to up to now, and it's only been up about a year or so. We've took a break from that. That was book 1. We're pleased to announce that there will be a second series of that, so people who have been listening to it and love it and listen to the antics of how people are supposed to survive in Middle Earth and visit all those locations and do all that kind of stuff, then you can go along and get yourself a copy of that and listen to that. We'll be back with book 2. We're starting recording in December of Middle Earth Roleplay 2, MERP 2, and that will be animated. That will be an anime series. So there will be an animated anime series, so you will have something to watch rather than just listen to. The guys are really excited about that. We do have we've invested an awful lot of stuff in software and in capture, and I have just finished sorting out the story for book 2. And it will continue. It does continue from book 1. It's about 1 year afterwards. So those of you that are following the MERP series, so you'd be really excited and really pleased to see that we are going to go back to Middle Earth. But to answer your question, that's how I got into Lord of the Rings Online. It was because I was on my trip to Whitby, to the Middle Earth Tavern, and while I was travelling along, I needed something to listen to. So what I did is I was I had a iTunes radio or something like that on my mobile phone, my cellnet, and I downloaded the app and I was listening to it. I was just searching, and I was actually looking for Lord of the Rings to listen to the audio version of it, and I came across these podcasts that were created by SPQR, and they were recorded by a priest, I guess a priest. I'm forgetting his name now. His father, Summit Brown, and he was the. Let's just go up here a bit so it can be quieter. Father Summit Brown for RSPQ, something like that. And he did some podcasts, and he did an audio tour of Middle Earth using Lord of the Rings Online. And incidentally, this guy is also the podcast recorder for the Vatican. He's the podcast recorder for the Pope in the Vatican, and he was a big Lord of the Rings Online player. He was huge about it. He was huge about it. So it was really, really good. It's not the kind of thing that kind of jumps out that the person who actually records all the announcements and the radio broadcasting for the Vatican also plays Lord of the Rings Online. And he did a series of about 15, I think, podcasts. And if you go along to i-gameonline and you click on our tabletop MERP session, you'll be able to actually listen to those podcast recordings, because we have them on our website as well. And I was listening to those on my little trip to Whitby, and listening to his audio descriptions of adventuring back in Middle Earth brought back those memories of when I used to be tabletop role player in the 80s, through Iron Crown Enterprises and Rollmaster. And that forced me to literally go back and look at Lord of the Rings Online and to install it. And I was surprised to find that it was free to download from Steam and it's free to play. You don't need a subscription or anything like that. And this is its 10th year. It's 10th year. Very few MMOs actually survive 10 years. Some of them survive maybe 2 or 3 years. And one of those examples that I used to play a lot of was White Knight Chronicles on the PlayStation. And White Knight Chronicles 2 on the PlayStation 3. I spent a long time playing those before I was playing Lord of the Rings Online. I was playing various other MMOs as well. I was playing like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights, and I was playing a lot of EverQuest and Asheron's Call, to go back a long way. And even before that, back in 1995 and 1996, I was playing a lot of Diablo 1, where it was just 3 players on dial-up networks. When I was doing some work with PC stuff. So yeah, I think the Middle Earth one is really, really, really cool. And I do a lot of streaming of Lord of the Rings Online, but it's not the only things I stream as well. I do a lot of you just reinstalled EverQuest. Wow, you just reinstalled EverQuest, the nostalgia trip, and it's still going and still being streamed. Is it really? Wow. I know they did EverQuest Next. The developers kind of thing. I have tried some MMOs that I have not gone back to, and one of them was Day and Night. I downloaded that one because I thought
i-gameonline.net. Sign up and start your free game or cosplay community today.
Thank you for the follow there. There we go. A little announcement there, so go check out i-gameonline.net. There's a lot of interesting, real cool stuff to be able to see and watch always, every day there. Day and Night, which I found on Steam, and I downloaded that one. Actually purchased it. I think it was around about £20 or about €20, $20, something like that. I purchased that one, and it is nowhere near ready to be able to play, and I found it very frustrating and very, very difficult. So I play some MMOs. I have accounts on other MMOs, but some I play and some I don't play. I have real life work as well as i-gameonline work. So I have real life stuff as well, so I don't get a lot of time to play a lot of games. And I do get a lot of messages saying, hey Wispa, do you fancy playing this game? And hey Wispa, do you want to join us on this game as well? And I'd love to be able to share a lot of gameplay with a lot of people who follow and listen and watch.
i-gameonline.net. Sign up and start your free game or cosplay community today.
There we go. A lot of people do send me invites to say, hey Wispa, would you like to go and play on this one? And would you like to try out this and that sort of stuff. And I can't try and play everything, obviously, but I try my best. I do my best. So Lord of the Rings is my kind of key area. I do the Middle Earth roleplay. I do MERP 2. I'm setting up MERP 2, which is the anime series, which is going to be like a cartoon animation series, which you guys are going to enjoy. Which, if you can imagine, like Lord of the Rings, but it's been acted out by actors, by the i-gameonline cast and crew, into an animation series. Really look forward to that one. Later in the year, later in 2018, we have a new tabletop session, which we are in development of. We're not going to use Dungeons & Dragons, we're not going to use Rollmaster or Pathfinder or anything like that. We are going to create our own, brand new one, and we've got a series called All Our Ends, which is going to be a post-apocalyptic kind of nuclear war, zombie, Mad Max kind of dark future tabletop roleplay series. And we're going to develop a new system for that, which we'll make available to everybody to be able to download and share, so you'll be able to run your own campaigns and adventures as well. So look forward to that one. That's going to be in 2018. Other than that, we've got a load of other things happening as well. We got some cosplayers who are i-gameonline cosplayer members who are venturing to MCM London in a couple of weeks' time. They just got back from Newcastle Film and Comic Con. where they had a great weekend. They tried to do 2 Comic-Cons in 2 days, which they did Anime Attack as well. So they are really, really busy making costumes and making and designing new outfits and things like that. Am I going to MCM? I don't think I'll be going to MCM, but maybe some of the iGameOnline members will be. I think Dark Lee, who does our audio editing, he may be going. I don't know, Honey Jade might be going, and Georgie Kitty might be going as well. They're 2 of our female cast and crew members, and they like to go along. Some of the cosplayers, I think Corvi Kicks might be going to MCM. I know she's designing a completely new outfit. She's throwing something together real quick, very professional. Alphabetti Cosplay, who does a lot of cosplay for Bethesda, Skyrim. He gets invited by Bethesda to Skyrim concerts and to Skyrim promotions and things like that whenever they're doing a promotion, and whenever he designs a lot of the Skyrim outfits and a lot of the Fallout 4 costumes. MCM, I'm not sure when MCM is. I think it's mid-November, something like that. Mid-November. It's very soon. MCM London. I think they're just getting over RTX London at the moment, where some of the Rooster Teeth guys, some of our buddies there, they are travelling back now to Austin, Texas. They are travelling back to Austin, Texas. They should be back about now anyway. And they're just getting the expo center's just recovering from RTX London. So once they've got themselves sorted out, I'm sure they'll be gearing up for MCM London. But our cosplayers will be going down as well. I'm not sure if Little Rascal's going down. I know she is doing some anime stuff, some Pokemon bits and pieces. But if you're going to be at MCM London, just look out for iGameOnline. You'll see the guys wearing the jackets and wearing the outfits and things like that. And if you see Alphabetti or Corvi there, and if they've got a booth set up, I'm not sure they've got a booth set up, you'll be able to see the iGameOnline banners and the booths and things like that. And you should be able to go up to them. Hi. There you go. Guys, let's go down and talk to Bingo again. So we've got a lot of things happening. We've got a lot of things happening in iGame. So get yourself signed up, get yourself following. But I don't just do this. I also do website design programming, I do game development, and I do CGI. Some people have seen me do my CGI model making of Iona. That's the iGameOnline avatar. That's the person you see on all the graphics and all of our banners and things like that, the female. She's a CGI model, and I do a lot of animation and a lot of CGI modeling of her. And a lot of people have asked me to seen me do outfits for her, shirts and dresses and things like that, and showing you how easy it is to be able to actually create real stunning, amazing graphics. I'm also a desktop developer, app designer, and I do a lot of other stuff as well. I do a lot of things for iGameOnline, but all the iGameOnline guys do an amazing job of keeping the business going. Faye's just come back from California. She was at TwitchCon. She's back home now, back in Denver. And she said she had an amazing time. I think she's getting ready to go out to BlizzCon. She's flying back out there to do BlizzCon, so for Overwatch and for World of Warcraft and for Hearthstone and all that kind of stuff. And there's also a PlayStation Experience Day coming up as well in December. So we'll be doing some streaming of that and some reports from there as well. So if you're into all that kind of stuff, you're into your video games, you're into your tabletop games, you're into your cosplay, into your comics, don't forget we got Stork Studios. John Stork, who's a comic book designer who has starred and worked alongside Stan Lee. Then you can go along to iGameOnline and click on the comic book link, and you can actually watch some or read some of his comic book stuff. Every season just seems to get busier and busier. It does. And iGameOnline, we never stop. We've been going for 3 years. We've been growing. We've been steadily building our foundation and making connections with various companies and various businesses and with different areas of expertise. One of the areas that we want to try and move into in 2018 is model making. If you're into Citadel miniatures, or if you're into Games Workshop and stuff like that, and painting and decorating and molding and and creating battlefields and all that kind of stuff, and Warhammer Fantasy Battle and Warhammer 40k or anything like that, stay tuned, because we will be covering some of that in some way, shape, form or fashion. That's something that we very, very seriously want to actually bring into the i-gameonline family, is all the model makers, all the talent. We want to bring in all the talent. That's what we like, and we share it all with you guys. Let's go talk to the healer again and say, yeah, that worked a treat. The tea did not make Bingo feel better. Oh, it didn't work at all. Okay, Lily thinks for a moment, and then her eyes alight, and she stabs the air with her trembling finger. Aha! I think the tea was too cold, Nosterial. I have a fresh pot of tea brewing on the milestone fire just there. Okay, so I've got to go over the milestone. There it is. There's the tea. Grab the tea. No, I want the tea. Tea, not the... There, the hot tea. I need to zoom in just to get that. Get the tea. Oh, I need to take it too. Run! Just throw myself off a cliff here, watch. Just... Wah! There we go. Just wait for the ring to change, but there you go. Live action roleplay. Yes, I remember LARPing as well back in the 80s and the 90s. I used to live action roleplay and play tabletop RPGs lots, but I haven't done any of it in a while, so maybe this is the year to get back into it. Last year was the tabletop year. A lot of people were picking up tabletop games again, and it became more the in thing last year with things like Critical Role, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition have now gone back to Middle-earth. They brought out 2, possibly 3 books to help people adventure in Middle-earth. Let's just quickly click through this. There we go, that one's done. And take up the next quest. 5th edition for Middle-earth. If you want to just Google D&D 5th edition Middle-earth, you'll find that they've got some guidebooks and they've got some expansions for that kind of stuff. Not on the same scale as Iron Crown Enterprise's Rollmaster series. They had thousands, in which case we have every single copy. But last year was the tabletop era, and we did open up a section on the iGameOn website for tabletoppers. If you have Tabletop Simulator, which you can download from Steam, which allows you to play tabletop games of any type with your friends across the internet in a virtual reality kind of either a desktop or virtual reality environment, and you can run cross-platform. Then we have a whole lot of games on there which you can go and download and just install, and you can play anything from World of Warcraft Monopoly all the way through to Game of Thrones, Risk, to oh god, all sorts of stuff, My Little Pony stuff, Pokemon card games, Magic the Gathering, loads of stuff. And if you have Tabletop Simulator, which is an engine rather than an actual game, you can download from Steam. I think it was about £7.50 or something like that, around about $8, $9. Go ahead and get yourself a copy of that, and then you can join a community and you can actually play some tabletop games across the internet, which is all pretty cool. But this year, tabletop seems to have really done very, very well. RPGs, tabletop RPGs are doing really well. If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, or you're playing Pathfinder, or if you're playing MERP, or like Middle-earth Roleplay, or Space Master, or Rollmaster, or if you're playing Call of Cthulhu, or Dragonlance, or anything like that. First edition, second edition, third edition, fourth edition, fifth edition, it doesn't really matter. Then there's a lot of communities getting up and starting that kind of stuff, and if you want to do that kind of thing, then i-gameonline is the place I would recommend that you go along and sign up to and join and watch our shows. We did a Dragonlance one. The Dragonlance one was really, really popular because it was narrated, personally introduced. Every episode is personally introduced by Morgan Freeman, and you recognize Morgan Freeman from things like Bruce Almighty, and from Kiss the Girls and Seven and Shawshank Redemption and all the amazing movies and voiceovers he's done. We are very privileged that he did a voiceover for iGameOnline introducing our Dragonlance. And if you go over to our YouTube channel, you can actually listen to him do the introduction for Dragonlance at the beginning of every episode, and he introduced our tabletop sessions. So we're really, really pleased about that, and a lot of people in the channel are probably really, really surprised to hear him being able to do that. But we do have the contacts, like I say, with John Stark, who works with you seriously reevaluate your life choices. Yeah, I know. I remember the day when I got the news through from my from our contacts in the California voice acting business. And it's a girl called Jessie who does our intros for our podcast and for the announcements when you hit the follow button on our streams. That's Jessie, and she lives in California, and she goes to a small little studio just outside just in Los Angeles. I'm just going to quickly talk to these people. There we go. She talks to, and while she was there, she was doing a recording for us, and she bumped into. Oh, I'm traveling now. She bumped into Morgan Freeman, who was doing a voiceover for a documentary, an American documentary, Discovery Channel kind of thing. And he warmed up by using one of our scripts that Jesse let him use to get warmed up with, and that script that he was reading was the Dragonlance script, and they got the recording of it, and Jesse passed it through to us, and subsequently we got a recording of Morgan Freeman introducing i-gameonline's Dragonlance. Dragons of Autumn Twilight by Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss from 1984. We roleplayed that one using Dungeons & Dragons 2nd edition. And he introduces all that kind of stuff. The second one, the MERP 2, is introduced by Rachel Welsh, a young voice actress from England, and she introduces we'll call the MERP 2 series. She's a very talented young girl that we are using. So we do use a lot of extra talent. John Stork, you heard me mention John Stork before. John Stork is an artist and a designer and a comic book writer, and he's worked along Stan Lee on a TV series in the United States called So Do You Want to Be a Superhero kind of thing. And one of our administrators, Jai452, has been in contact with all the finalists of that TV series that ran in the United States called So You Want to Be a Superhero, seasons 1 and 2, I believe, and he has personally interviewed every single one of them. And if you want to go along, and they'll be coming out shortly, but if you want to go along and check out some of his interviews, go along to i-gameonline's YouTube channel and check those out as well. The I Want to Be a Superhero one comes out very, very shortly. Comes out in the new year. The whole series though. When Theodore and I passed this way, our southward journey, there was a great massing of orcs and half-orcs in the ruins just ahead. Okay, so I need to... Okay. Bingo. If there are orcs ahead, try to stay behind Nosterial. Oh, up there, okay. Where are we at? Oh, we're there. I saw an orc holding a knife in its teeth. Do not tangle with him, Bingo. I hope they do not see me. I don't like the sound of this orc blockade, Nosterial. It is one thing to squish bugs in a dragon's lair, but quite another to fight creatures such as orcs. I do not think I'm prepared for this. I would do as Harley suggests. I'll let you deal with all the fighting. Okay, so travel north with these people. I do not want to encounter any orcs, especially none that are holding knives in their teeth. Okay, are we sneaking? Staying off the road. Kingsway Gate. I don't see any orcs. Where did they go? Oh, they're not orcs. That is a good question, lady. The orcs seem to have fled the coup, and they left some treasure behind. Ooh. Now my boys are in charge of this blockade. We need to pass. We can work something out, can't we, boys? We'll take all the coin you've got. And one more thing. I like that fancy purple hat. I want it. Bup, 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 bup. How'd you shoot them? Excuse me. I had something to say. Couldn't see the writing there. You can't just take Theodore's hat. It's a Theodore we know, they'll just take it. Is this how you were raised? Is this Shire rat jesting with us? Either. Will you do as we say, or is it blood spilling time? Kill all the... You're not going to pay. Ready your weapons, boys. Bingo coughs and strides forward. Just a moment. I don't think you're in any position to talk, Hobbit. I beg your pardon, but I don't think I am. And you will call me Bingo. I have been on a rather long journey, and I've seen quite a lot. Is that so? You haven't seen anything deadlier than me and my boys, I wager. Not true. I've seen ferocious beasts, frightening wraiths, and even a dragon. A dragon? Hold it together, Will. Why does it matter? I can end your life as easily as I speak to you, Bingo. Maybe, but I have come along. I've come to know something on this journey. I'm tougher than I look. My friends are at least as tough as they look. They will come to my aid, and I will come to theirs. Little fella speaks sense, Graham. It's very windy. Did you really see a dragon? We did. I was quite impressed. I woke it up. I woke it up. Admit it, why not? Be glad you weren't there. The dragons are on Bree. Why are we here, Graham? Thieving seemed easier than farming. How was I to know that Mad Hobbit and his dangerous friends would come along? Staying home would have been easier for me too. Why not find a quiet place where you can try farming once again? Is that something we can do? Maybe. Maybe you're right. Let's go, boys. Life as a farmer is more appealing than death as a brigand. I want to thank you for letting your friend talk some sense into Graham. I wasn't certain his endeavour was going to work. And when we saw your group approaching on the road, I became convinced that we were all about to die. Our careers, brigands, were short-lived, but better than any of our own lives are short. The orcs have abandoned this blockade by the time we arrived. Graham thinks something must have drawn them away, and in quite a hurry too. Whatever the reason, they left some plunder behind. I want you to give it to Bingo as a gift for those whose lives he may have saved today. Farewell. It will be farming for the rest of us from now on, as it should have always been. Treasure. The small coffer contains many golden coins. William wants me to have the treasure. Well, I suppose I can bring it with us. I did not do anything to deserve it, but its rightfully owners are probably not going to come looking for it. The orcs that collected it in the first place likely saw to that. I am glad. I did not come to any bloodshed today, Nosterial. I took one look out at them brigands and knew they were no match for us anyway. They needed words more than they needed to suffer for the poor decision to outcost us. I'm ready to continue our homeward journey. And journey back. There we go. There's Bert! Bert! I'm gonna see what we can get from Bert. Talk to Theo! I'm not gonna read out everything, guys. I'm gonna let you experience this adventure just for yourselves. I'll read out little bits, but I'm not gonna read everything out. And finish. Okay, let's go see the Bert and see what we can get. Bartering items, Bert. Ooh, we can have Theodore's hat. A small map of the nth width, a large map of the nth width. Bingo's full hat rack, but I need Bingo's hat rack, which I've already got in the house somewhere. Picnic table. We can have a picnic table. We can have a tomb of the miniature. They teach you to summon a distant cousin from the Stewards. Oh, we can summon a distant cousin. We'll have those two. The picnic is it a yard item? I think it's a small yard item is the picnic table. So I think what we'll do is we'll skip on all those things. We will use these ones. This is for the Grodbond warrior. So we can summon one of those. Again, it becomes one of our pets. There we are. Let's bring him into being. There he is. It's a little sluggy kind of thing. I'm sure we shot millions of them. Let's see if I can move it. I can't. No, I'm gonna move it up to the top. Now move it up to the top there. Change my bar. Again. Bring it down here. Brilliant. Let's get the other one. Where the other one is the distant cousin. Let's summon the distant cousin. There we go. Let's summon the distant cousin. There's the distant. If I can stand out of the way. There he is. We can summon a little hobbit friend to come with us. There we go. That's how legendary item is up as well. So we're gonna head off in this direction. We're in the Breeland area. We are in the Breeland area, and it looks like we need to go venturing. Is it back towards the Shire? Back towards the Shire. Let's go through a little bit of Breeland. I haven't got an awful lot in the Breeland area, but here we go. It's quite a pleasant area. It's nice and sunny. Yeah, there's Bree over in the distance, just over the right hand side there. Acklet and Shetwood and the Midgewater Marshes. Just beyond there, just beyond the rise. You can see Shetwood there, and then all the way towards the east there's the Lowlands, Weather Top, the Weather Hills. Oh, let's get back on the Greenway. Back on the Greenway. The Greenway is the road that goes north and south. That way is Tharbad. All the way down to Tharbad. Goes through Evendom and that's like that, all the way down to Tharbad. Before it turns to the east and heads towards the Gap of Rohan into Edras, and then on to Minas Tirith, past the Beacons of Gondor. Further north, it comes to the junction, the crossroads, the Greenway Crossroads. Where it goes into Bree. Further north, it goes to Thistlebridge, into Fornost, and the North Downs. And towards the west, it goes towards Buckland, the Brandywine River, and the Shire. So, the Greenway. I'm going to stick to it. And you can see there's a signpost here. I'm just going to confirm that. So yeah, we've got Breetown and Andrith. Place we've just been to. Staying on the Greenway. Past these ancient ruins. These are ancient ruins of Arnor. once great massive cities that from Eredor in the time before the Witch King came down from the north and seriously destroyed them all. Looks like a little adventure out there. Nimdiron from Erulian. He's having a good time as well. Looks like he's gathering some branches there. Here's the crossroads and the Greenway. I should come up and say the Greenway crossroads. There we are, the Greenway crossing. And for very, very simple post, we've got Enthwaite to the south, Breeland just there. The town of Bree. The Shire to the west and to the north. And the North Downs, which our next stop is Thistle Bridge. We're going to keep going, we're going to head west. We're going to cross over this small little bridge here. Keep running westward towards the setting sun. Past the ancient ruins, the Barrow Downs, the burial place of the fallen Enorians. Their long struggles with fighting the forces of the Witch King. The Witch King obviously laid waste to all this area thousands of years ago. The Second Age. In search of the... Am I doing deeds? I might do some... I'm doing some deeds. I do a few deeds, yeah. But I'm doing Bingo's quest at the moment. I'm just taking a little bit of a time out to do a little bit of Bingo's quest. There we go. The Witch King, of course, destroyed all this entire area. He was searching for the Dunedain. The Dunedain. And one of those shows that you want to go and see if you want to find out a little bit more about the Dunedain, a little bit more Lord of the Rings, and a little bit Middle Earth, is look for Born of Hope. Born of Hope on YouTube. It's a low budget volunteer movie about Arathorn, Aragorn's father, and the birth of Aragorn, and it's beautifully acted out by one of our friends, who has recently gone on to create a new series called Ren, the Girl of the Mark, which you can find on the i-gameonline website. You can also find it on YouTube. So you want to watch Born of Hope. Born of Hope. It's the story of Arathorn, the father of Aragorn, and the birth of Aragorn. And that explains an awful lot about what happened with the Dunedain when they were attacked by the orcs, and as Rangers of the North in their rebellion there against the amassing forces of the Agmar, or the Agmarians, and the Witch King. And the Witch King, under the control of Sauron, was trying to cut off the... You're very welcome, Angel. Have a nice day. Hope to catch you again. And remember, if I'm not here, then I'm sure another member of the i-gameonline team will be streaming something as well. Wednesdays is when Zelly streams a little bit of Final Fantasy. So if you're into Final Fantasy for Mobius or Final Fantasy 14, then be sure to catch her on Wednesday evenings. If you want to see a little bit more Lotro, or if you want to see a little bit of Borderlands or Ark Survival, then check out Dark Lee's channel on Thursday evenings. But yeah, go check out Born of Hope. Just search Born of Hope in YouTube and you'll see it's a Middle-earth adventure acted out beautifully, live action. It's about an hour and a half long. Oh, almost got run down by a horse. By Maggie. She also stars in it as well. Wrote it and directed it. It's the story of Arathorn. Arathorn, the father of Aragorn. It's a wonderful story and explains an awful lot about why the Dunedain went into hiding. Because the Witch King was trying to destroy the bloodline, the royal bloodline, the Kings of Gondor. The Brandywine! I like it when we come here. This is like coming home. Brandywine River, Brandywine Bridge, and there's Buckleberry Ferry. It's like that music, and it's like coming home again. It's beautiful. You can tell we are now back in the Shire. Still have these ruins around the tower and ancient walls from an era that's long gone. Came and went before the hobbits actually got here. And this could be. I've just seen in the messages there on my game chat there. I see Theo's just logged in. So let's see if we can get Bingo back home and complete his journey before so there's a party going on at the Peach. Here we are. Here's the Golden Peach. So there's a little bit of a celebration. One of the many places to stop by and get a drink and be a little bit more refreshed in the Shire. Shire is made up of many small villages. Shire is the county to itself. Very, very far away from the troubles of Mordor and Rohan and Gondor and places such as that. The small rivers. You can see the grass is so much greener. Trees are so much more fuller. Skies always tend to be a little bit more bluer over the Shire, don't they? It's a lovely place to come back to. The mushrooms just growing on the side of the trails. Let's take Bingo back home. It's been a long journey. It's taken a long time. Here we go. Beautiful skies. Let's just climb on top of one of these little rises here and show you some of the... There's the apple trees. That avenue, the paths and roads that lead between the many villages of the Shire. No uncommon. Small little windmills and watermills and turning farms. There's a plough just minus its oxen, just been abandoned in the middle of a field. No care in the world. Nobody's going to take it. There's Frogmerton. Looking down. It's fertile soils. Great for growing and planting in. Just on the edges of the river. There we are. Wind gently blowing the trees there. Branches slowly moving. Nice, there we are, Frogmerton. Oh, a nice little... Let me just take a second just to change the... Reply to Lee. A bit of a climb. From the top of here we should be able to see Hobbiton. Might be able to see as far as the party tree. There we are, look at this. This wonderful place. This little haven of peace and tranquility. Without a care in the world. A million miles away from the troubles of the north and the far east. As we descend down into a small little market town of Bywater. Small little farmer's place. We go past one of our favourite places, Green Dragon. It's a Green Dragon pub. There's a little musician playing a little panpipe. Some greengrocers hanging around outside. You can see he's got some apples, some carrots, bit of looks like some celery and some asparagus and various other vegetables as well. And on this side, some more traders. It's like somebody's got a fine collection of books there. Small little well marks a meeting place for all the people of the surrounding villages. Let's climb up on top of this hill as if we're heading towards Duckborough. One little hobbit just patrolling the road there. Now we can see there one of the best views I probably find in the game is of the party tree and Bag End, and you can see there's the tents in the distance there where they have the festival going on at the moment. A small river just separating the north of the Shire from the south of the Shire. The windmill turning just to the right hand side there, and down there the watermill. And the Ivy pub in Hobbiton. Let's just drop down and see what we can see. You can see there, it's bustling. Hobbits moving backwards and forwards. Not having a clue what's going on out in the bigger world. We'll climb up over this hill because the clouds are moving so much faster now. Let's cut through these open grasslands. Not a danger for like miles. Dry stone walls. All these little tiny hedgerows that act as like boundaries of ownership. Who has what farm and what they grow there. Small little caravan settlement on the right hand side. Some horses seem to be just cooling off in the shade of a tree. Not all the hobbits live in hobbit holes. Some of them live in some lovely decorated caravans. But they don't have huge gardens, they have small little plantations. Small little like planting boxes. Make use of every piece of earth that they can find. And they grow seedlings in barrels. See, we've got some curing. Looks like they're drying out. Looks like pipeweed. They're drying out. Air drying, curing some pipeweed. Just hanging there. Creating their tobacco. And you see these giant columns, these giant stones that are left over from a former civilization. They are here before the hobbits. The hobbits didn't put them there. It wouldn't be too far thought of to think a hobbit could actually move those kind of things. They were there. They don't serve any purpose. Just a reminder that this land once belonged to somebody else before they got here. Let's cut through here, go past these campsites. And we'll get Bingo back home where he belongs, back in his hobbit hole after a very, very long journey. All these paths, you can see that the ground's been turned over, been harrowed and fertilized, and hear the single tone of a silent cello playing music in the background there. And we drop down into Mickle Delving. Watch out for people riding their horses at speed through rush hour. You see that the houses here are more kind of built up with stone with wooden structures. Around Mickle Delving. And got past into the small little market area. Past the assortment of merchants. Nice. Carved statue of wood, symbolizing the journey of the hobbits. We've got a shepherd on one side, got a watchman on this side, and in the back there we've got a person holding a lamp. Each one of them wearing a hat. And there's an outdoor lesson taking place here at the moment. Looks like they're all learning something, all studying. Let's drop down into take Bingo back to where he belongs. Here we are. Back home, Bingo. Just through these small little nestling neighbourhoods. There's Tanglemane. Myrtle Bog stands outside Bingo's home. Our arms are crossed. Oh dear, I think Bingo's going to be in trouble here. Bingo Buffin, how many weeks has it been since any upstanding hobbit has seen you within the hedges or upon the lanes of the Shire? More than is proper, I warrant. You have no respect for your neighbours, Bingo. Did you give any thought to what we might be going through during our ill-advised and improper jaunt of foreign lands? A neighbourhood needs neighbours, and you have been quite absent for many seasons. And the talk, the whispered rumours, it has cast this lane and its residents in a very poor light. And all of our reputations have been sullied by a mere association with you. We expect this behaviour from one such as Nosterial, but not from you, Bingo. You are no adventurer, are you? I'm sorry, Myrtle. What was so upset with my absence from the neighbourhood? I did not know she cared for me so much as that. That's quite a surprise, to be honest. I will do my best to make it up for it. But what is this pinned to my door, Nosterial? It seems to be a notice of some kind. Can you see what it might be? Oh dear. Okay, I'll get your note. This is an overdue notice for the library. It is almost a year old by now. Oh, overdue notice from the library of Tuckborough. Oh, my faces must be red. Nosterial, I feel certain you told me to return that cookbook before my journey began, but I confess I never got round to it. Would you mind terribly taking that cookbook back to the librarian, the Great Smeals? For me. Here, bring the brigand treasure with you as well. That should be enough to pay for the overdue fees. Several times, I would imagine. In fact, I think we should donate that treasure for the upkeep and the maintenance of the library. Some good should come of it. No, my own condition is that donation is that the library keep a copy of my book when it's finished. Alright, let's go on. Bingo hands over the gold. And the cookbook. Alright, Bingo kinda like has an overdue library book which he forgot to mention. So let's go and speak to the keeper of the great meals. The great library in Tuckborough, which we just kinda came past. And let's try and fix all this, shall we? So we'll head out of here through the small little Claving garden. Head out of Mickle Delving. We'll travel west a little bit while still daylight. And we'll go and hand in this cookbook. And then what we'll probably do, guys, is probably end the stream there once we've handed in the cookbook. Look at that beautiful rainbow. Now let's get on top of this hill and I'll show you this beautiful rainbow. Look at that beautiful rainbow over the Shire. Oh, try and get some grass out of the way. There we go, that's better. Let's get rid of the cousin. There we go. Look at that. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a lovely rainbow over the Shire. And I think it's a beautiful place to end it, guys, for this episode. We're going to go and return Bingo's cookbook as we watch. And Bingo has finally returned home after his long journey. He's got a few little things he needs to sort out, but after a journey like that, who wouldn't? That's as the wind blows across the sky, you can hear the slight drum and a little bit of dance music playing in the background there. And the bird song in the background. As we're watching the rainbow just fade away there. It's just raining probably towards Rivendell. Maybe over towards Mirkwood. It's probably a little bit wet. And the setting sun in the west has caused that rainbow to appear exactly where it belongs to appear, right over the top of the Shire. Just off in the distance I can hear a single hobbit playing his little panpipe. I hope you like that, guys. Let's turn Nosterial round. There we are. Hope you like that, guys. I'm going to end it there. I will be back again. I'll probably be back maybe Friday-ish, I'm guessing. But stay tuned for any future announcements about what we're doing in i-gameonline and what guys are all getting up to. If you like the stream, and you want to be notified of when the next one's going to go live, guys, and you've got any more questions, or if you've got anything you wish to talk about or ask a Wispa of, you know how to do it. You can email me, Wispa at i-gameonline.net. You'll see the link on the webpage. And if you want to go along and you want to check out i-gameonline's media content, subscribe and follow. Until next time, guys, have a lovely day wherever you are in the world.